I think, yes, the person that I would want to end up should be looking for marriage. I just don't like being pressured into things. So if I'm in a first date and he's like, I want to get married, that'd freak me out. I'd be like, I don't even know who you are. This is a first date. I would rather talk about this later on in life.
I think we're not saying you should rush into marriage, but rather that when you're married, it's a different lifestyle, and it doesn't change when you're married. Like, you have to be prepared for marriage. Yeah. So you have to begin preparing before, not that you have to rush into marriage, is what I'm saying. So now,
for the type of girl she is, I would have to advise her not to get married and waste anybody's time, because if you don't have the spirit to want to get married before he asks you, you're not going to find the spirit after. So,
in other words, you need to give up the liberal centrism if you want a traditional guy. No traditional guy wants a liberal girl, because let me give you an example. I had a friend who dated a liberal girl back when we were in our 20s, and he wanted to marry her. I said it's not a good idea. He got her pregnant. She aborted the baby and then took off. And I think because he saw that, because she had this attitude of not being traditional, that she was not going to make a good wife. She ran off, did not what he wanted, right? So if you want to, like, what you put out is what you attract, is what I'm trying to say.
Can you be more specific in like the liberal definition?
Well, I mean, you describe yourself as a left of center, I think is what you said, something like that. Yeah. But I mean, like, if I'm a guy and I'm out there and let's say for the sake of argument, I'm a high value male, maybe I'm not, but let's say that if I am, like, if I was a traditional minded guy and I wanted a wife, like, I'm going to be looking for the qualities already there, not like, can I make her into a traditional woman when we get married? I'm going to look for the qualities already being there.
Isn't that?
Exactly. Because if I already have the high value itself, why am I going to waste my time trying to convince you to be a good woman, a traditional woman? I'll just find one that's already made.
As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.